Welcome, Professor Koya.
Thank you so much.
Today we have with us Professor Koya, who is a member of National Executive Council of Popular Front of India with us. In the media and in the general domain, your organization is being discussed in length. Why is Popular Front opposed so much?
In fact, in the media as a whole, they are not attacking Popular Front of India. I think it is a section of the media which has its own political agenda, hidden agenda, to vilify and demonize this organization for their ulterior political objectives. And we have no reason to believe that the government itself is involved in this kind of vilification, because we haven't had any remarks from higher authorities in the central government. One reason for the attack on Popular Front of India may be because Popular Front of India has been on the scene for the past 25 years, working for the empowerment and uplift of marginalized communities, mainly Muslims. We are giving them educational facilities. We are trying to remove malnutrition. We are trying to make them more literate in different parts of the country, especially the northeastern states and northern states where the Muslims are so poor. Maybe some section of the media as well as some section of some organizations may be unhappy with this kind of political, social and economic empowerment.
How do you view the allegations against the organization?
Allegations by whom? That is the question. We haven't had any official allegation against us. And the reason, if at all there is any allegation, because we know that some of the visual media and some of the print media for the past 4 weeks now have been talking against Popular Front of India. But these allegations, if they cannot prove these allegations, we think these allegations are nonsensical, without any evidence, without any evidence to support it. So we are not worried about such allegations, but we are worried about vilification, because you know that vilification is the beginning of repression by the authorities, and that vilification we will have to counter strongly, because we are confident of countering them, because we know that these allegations have not even an iota of evidence.
What's your comment about the two most quoted cases? One is the attack on the professor near to Ernakulam, and the other is allegedly running a terrorist training camp in Malabar.
So you might be referring to the so-called NIA report submitted to the Ministry of Home Affairs. We think we are questioning even the veracity of that report, so-called report, because National Investigation Agency is basically an agency for investigating crimes. It is not involved in collecting information about organizations or involved in intelligence gathering. And one allegation is that we were a party to the attack on the professor, who had used very abusive words against Prophet Muhammad, which created a lot of protest, a lot of anger in that part of the state. Actually, when that professor was attacked, the next day or within a week itself, we held a press conference in Delhi in which our chairman attended. We categorically condemned such an attack and told that we are, as an organization, we are not involved in either designing the attack, nor we are involved in asking our people in that part of the area to attack the professor, because we believe that we do not subscribe to such kind of criminal acts. We condemned it and we said that we are not involved. And it is very surprising that this attack on the professor crops up his ugly head in different parts of the country, because we think that the Sangh Parivar and other outfits are spreading the story that we are involved. We were not at all involved in that attack on the professor.
What about the case of running training camp, terrorist training camp at Kannur?
Then you might be referring to that physical education training camp in Narat in the northern Malabar. Actually, it was a part of our health campaign. Usually, Popular Front of India observes a campaign every year called Healthy People, Healthy Nation. And this was a training camp for teaching people yoga, physical exercises, dieting and all these things which would improve the health of the people. And it is very interesting that this camp was held in a locality, a highly populated locality, in a compound, in an area where there was not even good compound walls. And it was a case was booked against the people there, and the police imposed a UAPA on them. But the High Court of Kerala itself said that it had nothing to do with the terror activity, and the High Court of Kerala removed. Actually, High Court of Kerala told the police that imposition of UAPA is illegal, against the law. And NIA went for appeal in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court at the outset itself, on the threshold itself, dismissed the NIA appeal and confirmed what was given by the High Court.
Some reports are indicating or linking your organization with the Daesh, the so-called Islamic State.
It's a very interesting allegation. But what are the facts? About 60 people out of 180 million Indian Muslims are reportedly left for Afghanistan or Syria. Nobody is sure whether they have gone to Syria, Iraq or Afghanistan. And some of the people who were alleged to have been killed in American bombing later turned out to be alive. That is not the question. 60 people out of 180 million Indian Muslims. It is a statistically very insignificant number. And Islamic State is also a mysterious body, reportedly supported and financed and promoted by the United States and Israel. And we know that from the very beginning, we warned our people through our internal education system, through our circulars and other communication system, not to be trapped by such mysterious outfits, because Islamic State is fascistic as well as non-Islamic, and they have no role in India. We do not believe that such outfits have any existence, any ideological justification. And because of that, we have been using many platforms to talk against Islamic State, just like all other Muslim organizations in India are doing.
What do you say about the allegation of Popular Front being the regrouping of the banned Students Islamic Movement of India?
It is an interesting yet ridiculous allegation that Popular Front of India is a regrouping of SIMI, because Popular Front of India in its earlier form has been on the scene from 1993, and SIMI was banned in 2001. That is almost for a decade. These two organizations have working parallelly. So, and some of the people who retired from SIMI in early 80s have joined Popular Front of India, and there is nothing illegal about it. And some of the people have joined the political parties and religious organizations. For example, some of them are Indian National Congress, some in Indian Union Muslim League, and some even in a highly secular political party like CPM. And they might have joined religious organizations also. Some of them are busy working with Jamaat Islami, the Tabligh Jamaat. Some of them have taken up these tariqat movements. And it is not surprising because Simi had an age limit of 30 years. And after 30 years, people would be joining the organization of their choice, and nothing illegal about that.
Your organization is now being targeted as you are involved in religious conversions. Now well-known case of Dr. Hadia and many other cases are there. What do you say?
Popular Front of India is basically a neo-social movement involved in economic, social and political uplift and empowerment of the minority, especially Muslims. And Popular Front of India has no role in the propagation of Islam. That is what we call in Dawah in Arabic. And in the case of Hadia, Dr. Hadia, a 24-year-old medical graduate, embraced Islam 2 or 3 years ago. And we think that it is a part of her fundamental right to believe in a religion, change in a religion. So we will be supporting the human rights of Dr. Hadia. But as an organization, since we are not involved in Islamic propagation, we have no role in that particular case, which we know that the court, the Supreme Court itself has recently said that Dr. Hadia has every right to accept any religion, to accept any way of living together. So Popular Front as an organization does not involved in such kinds of activities, but we support Dr. Hadia because her human rights are being violated now.
In most of the responses to the allegations against you, you are criticizing government agencies like NIA.
It is quite unfortunate that a federal investigation agency like NIA has become so biased and prejudiced against this organization. If you go by the so-called NIA report, because NIA is, as I told you just now, is an investigation agency, and NIA, after NDA came to power in 2014, NIA has started showing where their interests are. For example, in the case of the bomb blasts in Malagaon, first and second bomb blast, and the bomb blast on Samjhoda Express, NIA is now very soft to the accused, and it is because of NIA's role in that the courts, including the Supreme Court, allowed bail to the accused who were involved in killing innocent people.
Yeah.
And the same NIA is now reportedly accusing Popular Front of India for being involved allegedly in terror crimes, citing only 2 or 3 crimes.
While being targeted by media and other people, as an organization, what are your plans to face the allegations and going ahead?
We are an organization working democratically, and we know that we will be able to overcome such allegations through democratic and legal means. Right from the very inception, Popular Front of India has been putting across this message to the people, and people have thronged to this organization because they want to be empowered, they want to be uplifted socially, economically, and politically. And we know that we will be able to overcome challenges like this through democratic and legal means. And I would also like to add that Popular Front of India has been working for the past 25 years on a platform which is different from what other organizations had been doing before that. We want to unite people. We want to address the problems exclusively, the problems of the minorities and marginalized communities. We want to build up a broad alliance with other minorities and oppressed classes like the backward castes, the Dalits, the Adivasis, the tribals, and all these people. And we know that our message has been well received by people, and these people will be our main source of strength.
Thank you, Professor Koya, for spending time with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.